at Rodeo Results. I mean, so I have ownership in it. I design it. I work with the developers every day. So essentially, what I'm going to show you is hopefully, I don't know if you've played with other software before, but
Never. This is all clean slate. This is all I want to learn.
okay, great. So the reason why I'm telling you that is because a lot of producers come to us and they're using software that was, it's like they're using something from the 1970s, right?
Pretty much. My parents use that one.
There you go.
Charlie or
So
whatever.
the goal I usually have is I just tell producers, I'm just trying to change your standard of software. I'm not here to sell you anything. I want to show you what we're capable of. Right. So I'm going to go in with the same mindset just like that. And I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so over here I have my phone. And then over here I have the actual Rodeo Results software. And I'm logged into my demo account for Rodeo Results. So let me actually open up the mobile app here real quick. Okay, so when you first log into Rodeo Results, this here is the screen that you're going to see. All right. At the top, you have your upcoming and in progress events, and at the bottom, you're going to have your past events. So you'll always have an archive of your past events if you need to look at it or change something or whatever it might be, right?
Okay.
Now, starting here, when you create an event, you just click Add New Event, the little blue button, and then you fill all this basic information out, and it's going to pop up here. Now, when it pops up here, you have a couple of options over here. I'm going to start with this one, the share button. This one's pretty cool. When you click it, it's going to copy a link to your clipboard, right? And what you can do is you can share it in an email, on Facebook, in a text, just like that. And what it's going to do one of two things. When you tap that, if you have the app downloaded, it'll redirect you to the event directly on the app. Now, if you don't have the app downloaded, it's going to redirect you to either the App Store or Google Play so that people can download the app. Right? So it's a communicative tool so that they don't have to go digging into the app, or maybe they don't know where to look, right? So that's that. Now, the second one, the advertisements. This is something we're really, really proud of. No other software offers this. We give producers the ability to generate revenue for themselves. And we do that by allowing them to use our mobile advertisements. So for example, if I open the app up and I go to barrel racing, and then here that's actually, let me move this out of the way. Hold on. So
I just tried to move it. So funny.
yeah. So the Goodbye Summer race right there. I'm gonna open up. Actually, let me do a different example. Hold on. Let me do upcoming. Okay, so you see that little cube right there at the bottom left?
Yeah.
That is an advertisement. That's an example of what an advertisement does. And when you tap on it, it takes the user off of the app and it goes to wherever the ad is linked to. When you show a potential advertiser or sponsor what I just showed you, the light bulb goes off for them, and it's a moneymaker. Back in 2020 in November, is when we launched this feature, and we used it ourselves. We made over $5,000 from this thing alone.
Uh, so so I pay you guys the monthly fee, so I get that feature for free, and then I make the money off of the sponsor who wants to endorse that.
Yeah, so so we have two cost options. There's $75 per event, and that's more for producers who only have one or at most five events per year. And then the second option is a $45 a month membership that's billed annually. So it comes out to $540 that you pay up front for the whole year, but it's unlimited events. You can have as many as you want. So to answer your question, on either of those plans, the advertisements will come with that plan, and you can sell the ads for as much as you want. If you want to sell one cube or that little cube for $5,000, go sell it for $5,000. We don't care. As long as you're using our platform and paying for it, we're fine.
Can you have multiple cubes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So if you can have up to 4 cubes per page, so you can put 4 little icons down there, right?
Cool. Okay.
Now check
Okay.
this out. Check this out. So this is the demo. We're kind of rushing it a little bit, but that's fine. But I'm gonna go into Open 5D right there at the top left, right here.
Okay.
You can have a completely new set of advertisements on the activity level.
Okay. Okay.
So let's say you have a youth sponsor and they very specifically want to sponsor the youth. Well, they can do that in a very unique way. You go to youth and you can put little cubes down there at the bottom.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's super awesome. I love it. There's nothing out there like it, and it's so easy to sell. Like you don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to be pushy about it. Every time I've sold it, I literally did the same thing that I'm showing you now, and it literally they get it. They sign up for it if they want to do it. There's no it's easy. So there's that. Now that's the first kind of level of rodeo results. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and create activities or create classes, incentives, and side pots. So you go to this button here that says manage. You click it. And this is where you set up your classes and your side pots. So you'll see it's a list. You got your classes and then you have your side pots here or incentives, whatever you want to call it. Now to create a class, you come up here and then you're going to pick whatever event that you're doing, right? So if you're doing barrel racing, you're going to do the barrel racing D series, right?
Right.
Now, once you create a class, you can then create an incentive, which is think of a class as a parent and then a side pot or incentive as a child. You have to assign the side pot to a parent, right? So if you have a youth side pot under the open, you're going to click the open and then it'll allow you to create the incentive. Now, let's go into the settings of the actual like classes and incentives. This is where it kind of gets pretty cool. And notice this is where you create those next level ads that are specific to an activity, right?
Right. Right.
So if I go to edit, let's do the open 5D. If I go to edit, this is where you input all of your like splits, costs, details of the activity. So it's a 5D. So you put your name here. You can put a description if you want. You don't have to. This is where you can pick however many divisions that you want.
Like divisions, as in like D's.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And then these are your splits between each division. And then this one is always going to be 0. You can't change that. So if you have like a full second split, you just put 1 and you're good, right? If you have a half second split, 0.5.
Okay, so like I could do the split between 1 and 0.
Yeah.
0 and 1.
Yeah, exactly. So this right here is your entry fee. This right here is your percentage payback, and this is the percentage payback that goes to the rider, right? So 100%, and then that's your added money right here. Added money.
So, if I wanted to do like 70% payback for like everyone enters and I do 70% payback, I would put 70 right there where the 100 is at.
Correct. Yeah, so if you do 70%, you type in 70.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I know, right? Super easy. And then I'm going to put 100 for the sake of... Okay. And then you can do equal or progressive. For the sake of keeping math simple, for the example, I'm going to do equal. Then I'm going to press save. All right, so we've saved it. Now what's cool is you'll see this tab that pops up or lights up. It's called payout, right? This is what we call the payout table. And this is another thing that we're super proud of because it's very similar to an Excel spreadsheet, but with a little bit more simplicity to it. So at the top, you have your rider ranges, right? So like right here, 1 to 21 riders pays out 1 place in each division at 100%. 22 to 40 pays out 2 places in each division at 60-40%, and so on. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. So if I did 70% payback, it will automatically calculate for me.
Correct.
Cool.
So that 70% is what we're gonna call the total pot. What's in the total pot, right?
Okay.
It's gonna be that 70%. So that 70% is then distributed by the credentials in here that you see. So, for example, if it's equal payout, let's just keep the math simple. Let's say we have 5 divisions. The total pot is $5,000, which means each division is going to get $1,000, right?
Right.
So, by the credentials that you see here in the payout table, that $1,000 is going to be, if there's 1 to 21 riders, that $1,000 is going to be paid out to one person at 100%. Got it?
Right.
If there's 22 to 40, that $1,000 will be paid out at 60-40% because there's 2 places that it's paying. So that's what this is. And you can come in here and customize it however you want. These, I don't know if you see that, but they're kind of grade numbers. It's just an example. You can change it if you want to. You can also save it as a template. So if you have a certain way you want to do it, you can come in here, do your own thing, and then you come down here and say save as template. You give it a name, and then the next time you come and set this thing up, you can select it from here. So if I do template, and it changes for you.
Cool. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's go back to settings, and that's it. That's how you set the thing up. Now this will have each event you create or each activity you create will have the same exact flow. You'll set it up the same way, right? And talking about templates, you can also have templates for the splits, the added money, entry fee, and all that stuff. So you can also save this area as a template as well, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Now, here's where it gets kind of fun. Let's what do I want to show you next? I'll go into the draw manager. So the draw manager is probably the heart of this thing and is what we're most proud of if we had to pick one. So I'm going to go here, going to go to draw manager, and you'll notice it opens up into a new tab. And the reason why it does this is because it's very similar to a Google Sheet. When you have someone in the entry office taking entries and then another person on the announcer stand putting in times, both people can operate on this page at the same time on 2 separate devices, and you're both going to see the changes happen in real time on your screen. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm going to completely erase this so I can go through all the examples. Unpublish. Okay. So when you create a new draw and you come into it for the first time, this is what it's going to look like. Now, a little tour. You have, print draw or print activity draw up here. You got a little search bar, which I'll show you how it works in a second. And then you have total slots. Think of slots as rows in available draw numbers, right? So let's say you wanted to change it to 200. What it's going to do is press enter, and it's going to give me 2 pages of 200 available draw numbers, 100 per page.
Okay.
So if you wanted to do 1200, it's going to give you 12 pages of that many draw numbers, right?
Okay.
So I'll change it back to 100. All right, so now we have the rider field, we have the horse field. This is where you start entering people, and let's do SARI. When you start entering them, if they exist in the database, meaning they have downloaded the app and created a mobile account, they're going to show up here. So all you got to do is press enter when you see the person you want, and they're going to be added to the draw, and they're going to be blue so that you know that they're a registered user. Now, let's say they're not a registered user. Let's say they're super old. They're like 90-something. Mucho. Okay, so she doesn't exist. What you're going to do is click this little blue plus button, and she's going to be put into the draw as a non-user. So you can do both. And the horse field works similarly the same way. So if I do King's Gray Galaxy, so they exist, I'm going to press enter. And if they don't exist, you can add them to the database. Let's do... Right, so they don't exist. You add it, and then it's going to tell you, hey, you're about to add the horse to the database, blah, 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 blah. You say, okay. And they're added.
Okay.
Now, rollovers. Rollovers, I would like to think people are usually impressed by this. So, let's say you have someone, Karen is a youth only, right? What you'll do, and this all depends on how your race is formatted. So, what I'm showing you here is an example of when everyone runs in the same draw at the same time.
Yeah.
So what you would do is you would literally uncheck open, check youth, and you're done. That's all you got to do. So what's going to happen is they're going to be in the draw, but their time is only going to be counted for the youth.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to uncheck that. Let's say... Oh, another thing to realize too. So we have a randomized draw button, publish draw. This, you're always going to be able to build your draw in privacy, right? So when you publish the draw, what that's doing is it's literally just publishing it to the mobile app so people can see it. It's like an on and off switch for the draw on the mobile app.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now let's say you want to, let's say you're making your draw, you're building it, you're doing what you want to do, and you want to move people around. Super easy. Let me actually put a couple more people in here. Janet. Staten.
So if you were, after you push these in, if you were to put in randomized draw, will it jumble up everything?
Yes, and so it's very specific too. Give me a second on that because I want to show you it in a certain process so that you understand why it's there.
Okay.
MITZI. Okay. All right. So let's say, you're putting people in and you want to move them around. And let's just say Sarah doesn't want to be at the top of the draw. You can put in 10, press enter, and it's going to move them to number 10. Right?
Okay.
Now let's say you have someone that is... Let's say Sarah doesn't want to be, that number. She wants to go back to 1, whatever it might be, right? You press enter. It's going to say, hey, number 1's already taken. Do you want to switch them? You're going to press OK. And it literally switches the riders.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then if you want to delete someone, as simple as just coming over here, delete, and you're good. Now, let's say you have 300 entries. You have 300 people in this thing. And someone comes up to the office and they're like, hey, I don't remember my draw number, but I do remember my name. Can you help me? And you're like, yeah, absolutely. As long as you know your name. You can come up here and search their name. So if I do SARAI, Sarah comes up immediately, and you can make changes doing this. So let's say if she was draw number 355 and you don't want to click over to that page and then scroll, you can literally just search her name, and let's say she wants to add senior, you just click it and you're done.
Okay.
And then what else? That kind of does it for... Okay, let's go to... Okay, now this is where it gets cool. So let me go back here. All right, you see this entry form here?
Yeah.
People can enter directly through the mobile app, and it will go into the draw. And that's what we're going to show you. So
then I have to add them.
Exactly. So if you see my phone, what it looks like when the entry form is off is this. You have a view info button where you can put information like, maybe the rules or to tell people to do something, whatever it might be. Now, whoops, when I turn it on, that's all you got to do. It immediately comes on. And then you can also share the link as well. So if I copy this and I send it to you, it's going to take you directly to the entry form on the mobile app.
Right. Okay, got it.
So if I go to upcoming and then go to the demo, you have a green enter button now, right? You go to enter, and you'll notice that it's a very simplistic entry form. We don't have to ask for the name, the number, the email, or anything like that because they provide that when they make a Rodeo Results account. Exactly, yeah. The light bulb click there. I like it. So
that makes sense.
So it's super straightforward and simplistic. They just need a horse, and you'll notice that when I tap the horse field, it gives me a roster, right? What happens is as a rider enters a horse, the entry form saves it to a personal roster of theirs. So when they come back and enter again, it's going to show them a history of horses that they've entered. So think of it as an automated personal roster that the app kind of creates for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like for the profile.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to choose, whoops, let me log in again. I'm going to choose Martha Cat, and then I'm going to enter for the open. Oh, hold on. Let me go to... Okay, so watch what happens. I'm going to continue. It gives me an overview, right? And then I'm going to check it, make sure it's good. I'm going to submit it. And then it immediately goes into the draw.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Now, here's what you need to know. If people enter multiple horses, they are going to go in there back to back. Meaning, I would have been 6 and 7, right?
Okay.
Now, this is where the randomized draw button comes into play. Let's say you use the entry form, all that good stuff. You can come up here and you can randomize the draw once you are ready. And what it's going to do is it's going to look at two things. Number one, general spacing, making sure that each rider has good spacing. And number two, it's going to order their entries, or it's going to keep the horses in the order of which they were entered. So
yeah, I like that.
Exactly. Now, it's not going to be perfect. I'm sure you understand that when you get to the later part of the draw or to the end of the draw, it can get a little wonky. So everything else, I would say the last 25 riders, I always tell producers, go check and look at it because that's where it can get a little wonky, right? So it's not perfect, but it gets freaking close. That's what I usually tell people. So, okay, I'm going to move around a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to delete this one. And another thing I want to show you is when a rider enters, they do get a confirmation email.
Okay. Do they have to have a horse name?
Like right here?
Yeah, like sometimes I'll ride like a shitter and I'll just write horse one on there.
Oh yeah, here, let me show you. People do it all the time. See?
Okay, cool.
All right. So if I go, see where it says Rodeo Results Support? Right there, confirmation.
Yeah.
I get a copy of the entry I submitted, right?
And now, do you pay for your entry on the app or do you pay at the race?
So we give the producer an option. In fact, while we're talking about it, I'll just segue into that. This is something we just launched back at the beginning of August, and it's pretty freaking dope. It's payments. So you, as a producer, can take payments directly through the mobile app. And you do that by coming to this little tab here called Payments. And this is what you're going to see when you first go there. It's create or link a Stripe account. Are you familiar with Stripe by any chance?
Unfortunately, no.
No, that's completely fine. I'm about to change your life.
Ugh.
Stripe. Stripe is it's exactly what they say they are on their website. That's why I always go. Payments infrastructure for the internet. And these guys work with some of the biggest companies in the world. You have Amazon, Google, Zoom, Slack, Shopify, all that stuff. You've probably heard of some of them. I believe Uber uses them as well. What you do is you come here and you're going to create a Stripe account. And what a Stripe account looks like is a little something like this. So this is our Stripe account. And if I go, let me actually go to the GoFast Stripe account so you can get an idea. It is a whole other universe of a software in of itself, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. I'm just going to get the point across. So here are payments. You can see all the payments that come through. You can create a payment whenever you need to. You can refund a payment whenever you need to. You can send a receipt. You can view the customer. You can see their history. Invoices. You can invoice sponsors if you need to. There's a whole armada of what you can do in here. And yeah, that's why we partnered with them. So if you choose to take payments through the mobile app, you can create an account and you can do that. But here's the cool thing. On our software, you can enable and disable payment processing whenever you want to. And to give you an idea, let me go to, oh, it's not here. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But basically, it's just, this page turns into kind of like a control panel for that, for payments and all that kind of stuff. I'll show you here in a second, though. Let's go back here. And, okay. So let's say you've built out your draw. You're ready to publish it to the mobile app, right? All right, check this out. Publish draw. You are about to post the draw live to the mobile app. Registered users, and that's very specific. Registered users in your draw will be notified. Are you sure you want to do this? And we're going to say yes. Boom. Rodeo results posted the draw.
Nice.
Yeah, so, and that rodeo results part, so like what's the name of your production?
Like the race I would want to put on, or what I would call like the arena producing.
The arena producing.
Unlimited equine.
Sweet. So this would say Unlimited Equine posted the draw.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so it's very specific. Now you'll notice that we have two new fields, or two new columns. It's the time column and the penalty column. So, time column. And you'll notice that we do push notifications for times as well. So there's Gilly Angel. Let's say he runs a 15:00, and you must press enter. It's very specific. You can't click down to the next one because it won't save. You must press enter. You must. That's the only way to save it. You press enter. Your time was a 15 flat. Tap and view and share your run.
Cool.
Yeah. So here's what I'm trying to show you. There's a kind of a lot going on here. One, all the changes that you see me doing on the web application, which is this thing, you can do it at any point in the process. We were founded off of live results, which is what we do. But we've grown into what I'm telling, like it's live everything. You can make changes at any point in the process if you need to make the change. So for example, let's say, you accidentally did, it needed to be a 1. You go in, edit it, press enter, and it's going to pop up again for me. Probably, yep, there you go. So let's say you have a no time, right? Like, I don't know how you do it, but you have options over here to where you can do +5, 10, 15. So if I did 10, come over here, they hit 2 barrels. It does the math for you and it saves it. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. And then let's say, I don't know if I follow her. Me too. Enter. I don't think I do. Oh, no, I do. So, you see how Mitzi Angel ran a 15-1-2-3 right there?
Yeah.
We are a social media platform. You can follow people on the app and keep up with what they do. So there's that. I'm going to.
Now, will you get her if you don't enter? If you enter this race here, your friend is entered at the same race. You will see her time, but if you're not entered and you're in like a different state, will you get her time because you follow her, or like you both have to be entered in the same race?
No, you do not have to be entered in the same race. So let's say you have a grandmother, or let's say a father. Let's say a father is a busy dude traveling. He's in California, and his daughter is, in high school rodeo. If he follows her on the app and the high school rodeo is using rodeo results, he will get a notification of his daughter's time and where she is sitting in the placings, the live placings.
This would be interesting. I love it. Okay.
So
Okay.
this is why I love talking to you. How young are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 23, so I just am imagining like all these little bitches following each other to see
Right,
who like
right. Well,
like
here's the thing. So I'm 27, and I've been working on this for the past since I was 24. Okay.
cool.
Our aspiration here is for rodeo results to be the new concrete layer for the entire industry. Like
Yeah.
one of the things we want it to like we want people to be capable of registering horses through the app. We want people being capable of purchasing horses through the app, or the app at least facilitating horse sales through messaging of some sort.
Have
That's
you seen the app Michelle Serna launched? She's doing that.
I haven't even heard of it, to be honest with you.
It's very new, but it's like horse crypto. It's
Or
interesting.
Okay, cool. I'll look into it. It's not something that is a huge priority for us right now, as we're more about serving producers, and then kind of like the ripple effect of that is helping riders, right?
Right, right, right.
So, but yeah, there's a lot going on here, but we're gonna keep going. So I'm going to make this a 501. Enter. I'm going to get another notification. Enter. Also, if you do a no time, one of the things you can do, and this is what we do, let's say they hit one barrel. You can do a 11.6. Wait, no, 116.001. You can enter that. And what that's going to do is it's going to put them at the very bottom of the 5D. But people can still have an idea of what their time would have been, where they would have placed, right?
Okay. When I got that phone call, it closed whatever I was looking at. I have to find out that.
Okay, no worries. I'll wait.
Oh, it is. Just kidding. Found it.
Good.
Yeah. I'm tech savvy. So
Oh no, dude, you're gonna be way tech savvy after this. You're gonna be awesome. So, 15.5. Okay, let's do a 16.501, and then I think I'm gonna get another one. 16 point. No, it's 17. Okay. Woo! All right, so we have 5 people in their time. Let's say you're done with timing people. Okay, here's what you're gonna do. It's very, very hard, but that's okay. You're gonna come up here. You're gonna click calculate payout, and that's what it's gonna look like. So if you remember, we had a $100 entry fee, 100% payback, 5 divisions. They pay 1 each place. So this is the actual prize money. This is the divisions. And if you do BBR, it automates a BBR report for you. And just to show you how real time it is, if I go to my profile, and excuse my picture there, I hope you like hair. And
so funny.
if I do 4, 3, 2, 1, and I save it, I exit out, I do it again, That's how real time it is.
Is that on your screen, the verifying Microsoft Word?
Verifying Microsoft. Nope, I don't see that on my screen.
Okay, I don't know what it was doing. But yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Okay, good. That was important to see. Okay, so let me actually go to the mobile app real quick. So let's do open. And let's do, well, the draw is empty because everyone scored. So there's the 1D. There's the 2D. 3D. And so on and so forth. You know, all that. Now, when you publish the payout, this is another on and off switch, but it's for the prize money. So if I publish this, and actually let me do this again, publish, riders in the event will be notified of the results. So I'm going to confirm. Rodeo results posted the results. Now these are live on the app. So if I go to the app, you'll see, though, a little prize money.
Yeah.
Now let's say there's a mistake. You can still unpublish it. And then what it's going to do is it's going to take the prize money away. So that's literally the only difference, is that it's an on and off switch for the prize money.
Cool, okay.
So I'm going to publish it again. I'll get another notification. Then, all right, so once you publish it, you can print results if you want to post them somewhere physically. And this is what they look like. And then the report feature. So let's say you do BBR, you want to report to BBR. You can email people a web-based version of the results, meaning they don't have to have the mobile app to see them online. So what I'm going to do is actually email you. Where is my email? Control V. Then I'll do myself. RodeoResults.com. You put a note. You send. And there it is.
Perfect.
Now it's, it tells them what the event is, what the note is, and then you click results. And this here is a web-based version of the results that you can share with anybody. It's a public link. And so let's say you have someone that 6 months goes by and they want to see how much money they won at a race or whatnot. You can go back into your race archive, go to this part of the event, and literally send them this, right? And this is also formatted to be copied and pasted into Excel if you need it to be.
Fuck yeah.
There you go. There you go. And same thing with this one too. This one's formatted the same way. You can copy and paste into Excel if you need to. She didn't like your language.
I guess so.
All right. And that's it, man. That's the process. That's the whole process. Now, what I'll do is let me show you the payments part of it, because that's obviously important.
So, for timing eyes, I would have that set up plugged into the computer, or I still have to punch in the time, right?
Good question. So, yes, right now it unfortunately is a manual process to type in the times. We did try to work with FarmTech, the software, the timer, hardware company. But unfortunately, they are not very collaborative, and they were not interested in working with us. I don't know, man. They didn't tell us why, so we just kind of kept on going on. So that's where we're at. We're hoping in the future we can develop our own hardware for that. We think what the problem was is they are Windows based. They exactly. We obviously that's a problem if we have an Apple mobile app.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's what it was, but we don't know for sure. Um, but yeah, okay. So let's look at the payment stuff. Just to give you an example, this is how the archive looks of past races when you make all of them. You know, they're here and they're in order. And I'm gonna go fast. All right, so here, this is what we do. I'm gonna go to payments. So once you have Stripe connected and set up, this is what it's gonna look like. So you can see up here, collect payments is off, meaning we are not transacting through the app. People do not have to pay through the app. Now, if we wanted to, right?
Right.
Turn it off. Let's say you want to look very specifically at the payments you're getting. You can open up your Stripe account. It's just going to link to the dashboard that I just showed you. It takes me back here, right? You can go to payments. You can see who it is, when they, did it. You also have RVs if you need to do RVs, exhibitions, whatever, right? And you can also make custom, like, let's say you just need to make a charge real quick. You can come here and you can literally create a charge, right?
So, yeah, like if I wanted to charge for an open arena because the girl showed up early, I could just do that.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, so there's
Okay,
that.
cool. So, like, they could pay for time onlys on here.
So, good question. Unfortunately, not. No, we can't do that yet. So we kind of have two options with the entry system, and that's why I wanted to go into this. So the mobile app over here, it's very cookie cutter. What you see is what you get. You can't really do a lot of customizations to it. But on this side, we can make you a customized entry form on our Rodeo Results website. Now, what does that look like? Let me show you. Have you heard of Big Time by any chance out in Montana?
Nope.
All right, well, I'm going to show. Have you heard of Mile High in Colorado?
Mile High Club, but no.
Okay, let's do Big Time. So Big Time is a producer that does big races, right? And they wanted me to create a custom entry form for them. So I came here. I did all this. What days are you racing? Friday, how many? I'm going to say 2. Big Time, these are all their classes and their incentives. Do you need exhibitions? They pick what they want. Oh, hold on, let me fill all this out. They review it, right? That's the horse. Right. They check it off. They review it, and then they pay. So this is what, and this also would connect to your Stripe account once you make it. But this is what a custom entry form essentially looks like. I probably shouldn't use the word custom. What I should probably use is tailored. It's a tailored entry form. And the reason why is because a lot of what I do for producers is the exact same thing every time. It's just more tailored to their event.
Right.
So if you want to take, time onlys online, you can. We just have to build the entry form for you.
That's easy. I'm asking because, like, I'm thinking about putting on, like, just time only nights and just $20 unlimited time onlys. You put yourself in the order, kind of like open arena, but
yeah,
I feel like I could just make the entry fee $20.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great. In that case, what's really kind of funny is you could see, this is what's really cool about the software. You could technically manipulate the software to do that. You could create an event. So let's do like this one. And then you can literally call something time onlys, right?
Yeah.
And then come in here and put 20. And that's it. Like you put 0 on the payback and then 0 on the added money, right? You put 20, save it. And then you go back here and you turn, so it's on. So if I go to the app,
And if I don't want to write like times in because like they're on the pattern for 3 minutes, I could just hit 0.000 enter.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, so that would work. That would be cool. Where am I gonna? Oh, okay. Let's go back to payments. Okay. So when you have payments initiated, it allows you to have notifications. So when a rider enters, they get a confirmation email, and then you will get a copy of their entry the same way. You'll get an email with their entry so that you have some sort of documentation of it, right?
That they got it and I got it.
Correct. And if you don't want that, you can disable it if you want, but I don't recommend doing that. I just don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Default fees. This is where you can set, let's say you have like a process fee for the weekend or for the day. You set it in here, and then when you set it, it's going to show up on the mobile app. So if I go back, let me do... So you see that producer fee right there?
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Okay, yeah.
So, and you can remove it when you want to, and you can add as many as you want, and it applies to all of the entry forms that are created for you, right?
And then when I did payout, like let's say it's $100 entry fee and that is $10 office fee. So if I wanted to keep that 10%, then I would just plug in 90% payback, and then that $10 would come to me.
So that's a good question. So this actually is not tied to the payout. So this $10 is not going...
Even better.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we separated the entry fees and the payout and all that from the actual payment portion of it, because they're two separate things, right?
Right.
So just the simple answer is that whatever number or fee you put in here, it is going directly to you in your pocket.
Right.
That's how that works. And that's why we separated it, because we wanted people to understand that when you're managing events and activities in the entry fee, you're managing the payout that goes to the rider. When you're managing your payments and the fees that are associated with you as the producer, they go to you. All right, now, when it comes to the entry system, we do have an application fee. Now, what the heck is that? Our application fee, also known as the app fee, is the cost for processing payments on Rodeo results. Our cost is 3.5% plus $1.99 per transaction, and you can learn more about it at that little link if you want to read more about it. Now, you as the producer have three options on this. Number one, you can absorb it, meaning that it comes out of your pocket. You pay for it, right?
Number two, for each transaction?
Correct.
Okay.
And then the second one is pass on, meaning you pass it on to the rider. Or three, you can upcharge it, meaning you can actually make money. So let's say you upcharged it and you did 1% plus $1. What's going to happen is the rider is going to be charged 4.5% plus $2.99. And you are actually going to get a little portion of that application fee. You'll actually generate revenue from it. And just to give you an idea, let's do some math real quick. It's not as big of as you might think it is. So let's say, it's $50 to enter the open, right? So 50 times 4.5 divided by 100 plus $2.99 is $5.24, right? Now, let's say you didn't upcharge it and you just passed it on. It'll actually be $3.74. So it's very, very minimal. We used, so everything you're seeing on GoFastRaces.com, that's where we it was the catalyst for everything you're seeing now. We did the same thing. We had an application fee, and riders had to pay it, and other producers could use our platform. No one complained. So.
No, that's no big deal.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the payments. Let me show you. So when you come in, actually, I need to sign out. Did I tell you the pricing already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then you know. Then that's it, man. I'm done. I mean that's as it is now. We're continually to grow it and add new features to it. So all of the updates are included in the membership. If you do the membership, um, yeah. So
Okay. Really quick, do you guys have anyone in Texas that is like using your software now? So like I have I have helped like my family produce races, but since I've moved, I have no family and I want to produce races, but I want to try to find a producer that uses your stuff and just like go help them put on a race or two for free just for like I'm better with it. I can ask them questions, stuff like that.
yeah. So if you go to the app, and then so Dream Team right there, they're in Henderson, Texas, and then you have Wild Wednesdays in Greenville, Texas, right here. You have these guys in White,
Oh, okay, okay.
and then you have the Bettys right there in Abilene, Garrison, Texas, and then there's us. Where you said you're in Granbury?
Yeah.
Um, I think these guys right here, Chasing Cans, they're in Arlington. That's probably the closest.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would rather give up like a day and like just learn and practice.
Yeah, I would contact them. So I actually I talk to them often. By the way, our support is phenomenal. We really care about the support
Great.
aspect. Um, let me see, where is she at? Right here. So that's Chasing Cans if you want to contact her. Um, but yeah, I would think that's your best shot or the one that's closest. But there's a lot of producers that use it in Texas. We're one of them. We use it ourselves. And then what else?
I wrote her name down.
Okay, cool. But that's about it. I mean, do you have? I mean, unless you have more questions, hit me with them.
The only other question I would have is since I'm not exactly like I have a MacBook, will that run this at a race?
Say that one more time.
I have like a MacBook Apple computer. So will it is that like good enough
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So like,
to put on races?
yeah, absolutely. So like, our software is cloud based, so you can use a Windows laptop, you can use a Mac. I personally love Mac. I'm on an iMac desktop right now, an all in one. That's what I'm on. That's what you're seeing me on. Um, I have a 2021 MacBook Pro. That's what I use. Laptop. So yeah, you should be fine.
Okay, and then I would only be printing like results, like or like the draw for the old people that would not, let's say, have the app.
Hmm.
So I have an Epson printer. It's not like ready to pump out 250 pages in a row, but it can pump out 100. Is that
Oh
like
yeah,
enough?
you'll be
Okay.
fine. So just to give you an idea, when you print results like that, there's gonna be, I believe, 50 per page.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
yeah, so like if you'll have to have a lot of entries for to have 100 pages printed. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. That right. Right. Okay. And then my last question is for timing eyes, I would not have the budget to go drop 2,000 on some farm tech eyes. Is there a company that rents them? Do you know? If not, I will just friend as many producers and ask them if they'll rent me theirs a couple times.
That's what I would do. I don't think there's going to be a company out there that rents. Like we bought ours outright. So I would definitely see if someone is willing to loan or if you can rent them for sure. And I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. I'm sure they'll be fine with that. Oh,
Yeah, I know
also,
they're expensive. I just
well, another thing you could try is the facility that you are working with. They may have a set of timers, so you might ask them as well.
I think they do, but they're like old time, like
Ah,
old.
got
Everything they have is old as fuck.
it.
Nothing is up to date. Like they're supposed to bring sand in, so I'm wanting to do all this. Like I would like to do a race or like a couple time only nights before the end of the year, but if not, then I'm 2023. I would like to be consistently putting them on, but I'm not tech savvy, so I'm trying to like be educated before I just jump into it, so I'm at least good at it.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So, I think you're asking the right questions, and just based off of that, I think you'll be fine. Um,
Works for me because I'm literally technically challenged.
really?
Not even. I just learned how to reply to a TikTok.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't even have TikTok downloaded. I don't want to. I don't even want to bother.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a weird platform for sure.
yeah. So, but any other questions that you can
No, I
think
think
of?
that's it.
Okay. Well, cool. Um, I guess from here, let me know if you have more questions or if you need help or whatever it might be. If you want to get started, every producer gets their first event for free upon sign up. All you got to do is go to our website and then you press start right. Oh, you can't see my screen, can you?
No, but I'm writing it down. Go to the website, press start.
Yeah, there's a little start tab right here. And then you fill all this out. And then once you create an account, you'll be forwarded to that main dashboard page that I showed you. And you can create your first event for free and play with it if you want to. And then how you pay, or the way it makes you pay, is if let's say you go here to add new event once you've already created one, you fill all this out, and then you can pick one or the other right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's super streamlined and organized. And that's it, man. So again, let me know if you have questions. You have my direct number. The best way to reach me is to just text me. You can call me too if you want. And
Texting is way easier. I love it.
yeah, same here. So, but yeah, otherwise, I appreciate your time. We spent a good hour 30 hour. So
I love it.
yeah,
I feel way more better about like putting on a race and watching you like run through all that because I feel like you're going to be able to do everything a race would need to be done and then some.
yeah, like that's why people are coming to it. Like we've had a lot of business. I don't know if you've heard of them, but we've had a lot of producers come from barrelrace.com. Something about they're going south or something like that. I don't know the details. I just know that a lot of people are coming from word of mouth. And yeah, so woo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
but
I love it because no one here produces the race, and I'm right by Stephenville, so I would like to put. I know I could get the girls from Stephenville coming, but I also know that it just takes one bad race to not want to go somewhere because I'm the same way. So I would like to have one good race starting.
yeah, exactly. So let us know if you need help in that regard too, because we produce. We could kind of probably guide you if you come up with something that's challenging or whatnot. But other than that, I'm gonna go get more Starbucks. I appreciate your time. I enjoyed talking with you, and just let me know what you end up doing, and I'll be here.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, no problem. You have a good day. Enjoy horseshoeing.
Yeah, I know they're here.
All right, later.
All right, all right.